Welcome to the Chain Out Podcast with your hosts, Jeremy and Darrell.
Hey everyone, welcome to Chain Out Podcast, Season 2, Episode 93, your two favorite Canadian disc golf podcasting hosts, Darrell and Jeremy.
Jay Powell.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. And we should shout a howdy out to all of our listeners as well. And everyone in the chat, including, who do we got in the chat? Who's in the romper room here?
Yeah, we got Doc in the chat. We got Sonia in the chat. We got Kevin Topping in the chat. We got Dylan in the chat.
Fantastic.
Lots of people in the chat.
Darrell, we always ask each other how our week was, and we certainly will do that. But let's start by asking everyone out there, whether you're listening after the fact or listening live right now, how was your week? Did you play any disc golf?
Yeah.
And if you did, how did it go? Get any chain outs? Get any aces? Get any of those super, super rare eagles that are out there? tell us
maybe by season 3 I'll have lived that down. But
Team Shambles stuck around for over a year. So
you know what, Jeremy? We've got two amazing guests coming up on the show tonight. Yeah. Canadian junior phenom. Hey, Keith's in the chat as well.
Nice.
Nikko Forbes, he's going to be on the show first. We'll be catching up with him, seeing how his season's going. After that, Nationals Tournament Director Darrell Bankes will be joining us. He's going to cover some FAQs about Nationals. After the Chain Out episode, we're going to be doing another Fantasy League episode. We're going to be joined by Park Pro's other half, Andre Lauder. We'll be covering the Falcons Flight tournament.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. That's going to be, as always, a great tournament for sure. So let's get into what we did. We had a chance to go out and play together on Saturday, which sometimes happens. We don't always get out to play around together on the weekends, but on Saturday we were out. We went back out to Bailey's. It feels like we're saying that all the time, and that's because it is one of the best courses in the Edmonton area and one of the toughest courses in the Edmonton area, at least for us. So it gives us a chance to practice for Nationals. And we weren't out alone. We actually had a couple players come join us. We had local FPO player, Kristen Swirls, K-Swirls, and my son, Adam, actually came out to join us as well, which I was a little nervous about, but yeah.
Bit of a ringer, if you ask me. Yeah, it was a great round. Kirsten absolutely nailed hole 6.
Yes.
So for people that don't know, if they haven't played Bailey's, I'm assuming Doc doesn't know. It's a downhill, tight-wooded fairway, opens up around the green, opens up to fairly bit larger than circle 2, but she threw a perfect hyzer flip downhill, flipped up, drifted left to right, missed all the trees, landed in the bullseye, pretty much just a tap in birdie.
Yeah, it was beauty. We were like, why weren't we filming?
Yeah, exactly.
We need to do a little bit more of that for sure.
That's always the way.
Yeah. And then my son, Adam, he plays on occasion, and he wanted to come out. And I'm like, if my kid wants to come out and play disc golf, I want him to come out. But I was a little worried because this is probably one of the hardest, would be the hardest course that he's played.
Yeah.
But we found out that if you have a great forehand, one hex and one putter, you can do a lot of damage. And he certainly did. He played really well.
He did. He played excellent.
And it was like, even taking the instruction, I was like, okay, throw this one with just a little bit of Annie, just a touch. And that was working out well.
Yeah.
But the two of us, we are still working to put together a solid 18 holes in a row at Bailey's. We'll have a decent round. We've actually learned that if your round doesn't start out well, you don't really have to worry because there's a lot of time to make it up.
Well, that's the weird thing, right? Normally I start out okay, have a okay front nine or a pretty good front nine, and then the back half is seen where it fails for me. This week it was the other way around. So eventually we'll get 18 holes that we actually put together good and not swings and roundabouts.
Roller coaster Robbie Holden type rounds, as he said. Yeah. Well, the Canadian... for this week, that's what I got here, is we talked about that we will highlight a Canadian tournament.
Yes.
And then this week I want to highlight the NADGT, which stands for National Amateur Disc Golf Tour. It was their Canadian National Championships presented by Innova. And this was I was going to say it was a 3-day event, but it's not a 3-day event. It was a 3-round event held down in Calgary this past weekend at two great courses. One of them being WJ Homestead, which is out in the Millerville area, and the other one being Red Tail Ridge, which is on the edge of Calgary. And that one is, help me out,
Matty
Reardon's course. Yes. And we've had Matty on the show before and talked a little bit about that, so you can always check that out if you want. Now, players had to earn their way to the tournament, but this year it was relatively easy. As long as you played another NADGT event earlier this year, you were able to go and play in the Nationals.
Yeah.
And with that, we had some familiar names we wanted to shout out. And the first one is congratulations to Mason Howard, friend of the show. Hey,
Fellow Cardinal sponsored teammate.
yes, that's right. An amazing player. He was finished second place in MA1.
Mm-hmm.
He shot a 956 rated event and he was 24 points above his rating. He was also part of our first juniors episode ever, which was our Western Canadian juniors episode. You can go back and check him out there if you want to see him.
Yeah. Also, MA3, longtime listener Brody Johansson.
Mm-hmm.
He was out there. He took the win in MA3. He shot an amazing 904 rated round, 52 points above his rating.
Yeah.
And then local player and also friend of the show, longtime friend of the show, Sam Western, took down fourth in MA3, also shooting above his rating, 34 points above his rating.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Those two, Brody and Sam, they play so much, and the amount they've improved is amazing. And, they've probably far exceeded our play in half the time kind of thing, like the way that they've really improved.
Yeah. I like playing with Sam because he always has those weird molds.
Oh, he does. Yeah. So this was a great combination of courses, having WJ and Red Tail Ridge together. And it'll be interesting to see what Kevin King puts together for next year's NADGT Canadian Nationals, because Kevin King also been on the show. He's the one who organizes all of Canada's NADGT events.
Yeah. It is getting good, isn't it? Whenever we start, we're talking about all these people, and it's pretty much just, well, he's been on the show, and they've been on the show, and this person's been on the show. Like, we've had that many guests now that pretty much, if they're involved in Canadian disc golf, we've pretty much had them on the show, I think.
Well, and it just gives people a chance is that if you hear these names that we're referencing just as commonplace names, and they're new to you as a newer listener, you're able to go back and you can check out the episodes, and maybe that's a place to start if you're like, how do I get through these 90 episodes?
Yeah, there you go. But moving a little bit further south, we had the Disc Golf Pro Tour this weekend. We had the LWS Open at Idlewild down in Kentucky. You may have seen, no spoilers if you haven't seen it already, but Paul Macbeth and Owen Scoggins took down the wins in MPO and FPO. But we had some Canadian, well, not we, but we
as the collective Canada.
We had some Canadians competing down there as well. Thomas Gilbert was down there. He was tied for 41st. Good company with Anthony Barella, Austin Turner, and lead card player at one point, Jesse Longenecker. He missed the missed the cash line just by one stroke, playing above his rating, though. That's always good for him.
Yeah. Well, you said first place, first card, Jesse Long.
Jesse Longenecker after the first round was on the lead card for round 2, tied for first.
So tied for first?
Jesse Longenecker actually won. He won the college disc golf championships.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just this year?
Just this year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that was good. And I guess, what it is when you start playing some of these big events, and how do you string 3 good rounds together at Idlewild? That's anybody's guess. So, or 3, or was it 4? I don't know. Also, Chantel Badinsky, Miss Frisbees, finished T15 with Elizra Midling and Hannah Huynh and played above her rating and earned herself a cool $700.
Yeah, seems like we have a lot of people playing above their rating, because Rebecca Dawn was also down there, not far behind Miss Frisbees. She finished in 18th place. She really came out to play in round 3, scoring 8 birdies, playing 22 points above her rating. And that means that she took home $600 American dollars. One more finish in the cash, Jeremy, and I reckon she will have earned $10,000 this year on tour.
That's amazing.
That's crazy, hey?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty good way to spend your summer break if you ask us.
Yeah, I would say so. It's, what are you doing on your summer off and on your free weekends? Oh, just making 10 grand.
Just making 10 grand.
Yeah, and I think she's going into grade 12 maybe next year.
Something like
that, maybe even grade 11. So 10 grand, that's a good way to spend a summer for sure. Let's get to the giveaways. So we had a giveaway sent out to Jerry Ann, and that was the dune that we had, the Trash Panda dune that came from the Edmonton Open. She sent us a video. And, Darrell, when I got a video from Jerry Ann, I was like, I'm going to hit this one out of the park. I am the social media guy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add some words to her video, add some stickers, maybe put a little bit of music and post it to our socials. And then I realized when it actually went out to the socials that my music totally drowned out all the awesome commentary that she put in there.
Yeah.
So my apologies to Jerry Ann on that. Sorry about that. And then I know you don't have anything to say.
Did you say that you were the social media person?
Hey, it was on Facebook. It came there. You don't usually go to Facebook.
It's been a while on the Chain Out podcast, but
I value your opinion, but you're wrong.
Yes, that's fair. I am not the social media person. And then our other giveaway that we sent out was to Mike, and that was the Star Bat. He should be receiving that this week. We'll see how I can screw up any videos or pictures that he sends us in regards that one. And then Darrell, you did it. I couldn't get it done with the other one, but you did it.
I did it. I got the Limber hat. That hat right there. It's up on our social media. I don't think I pinned it, but I should pin it. It's our giveaway on Instagram. All the rules are in the description.
Yes, and it does show up on Facebook too. So if you've put some comments and followed things on Facebook, we'll make sure to put you into that.
Only the old people go on Facebook, so that's why I'm not.
Hey, there's a lot of us on Facebook, and we're not all old. I'll tell you that much. Yeah,
but yeah,
maybe
go there, follow the instructions, and you can win that sweet hat.
That's right. And then, of course, we like to mention our sponsors.
We do.
So one of our sponsors is BR Disc Golf, and you can use the code CHAINOUT over there and get 10% off your purchase. We've been chatting with Brendan because he's actually going to be coming out to Nationals with us, and he still hasn't got his flight booked yet, though. He might want to get on that. It's 2 weeks away.
Yeah.
So he's working on that one. And, but yeah, you can get 10% off using the code CHAINOUT. And then if you head over to Cardinal Disc Golf, you can also get 10% off using CHAINOUT. You just have to put a space between the word chain space out.
Yes.
And when I was reaching out to Kevin and Lane this week,
yes,
he had said that they've actually donated some prizes to Falcons Flight, which is the other tournament we're going to be talking about. So
I just have a question or a comment from the chat.
Oh, actually, maybe Sonia, you'll remember it had a previous name. It was called
MySpace?
The Facebook.
Oh, okay.
Is what it was called. They dropped
the
so that has happened there. But yeah, so we've got some time. We have our first guest joining us tonight will be Nikko Forbes. We're just waiting for him to chime in. So we got some time here. You got some. This is always nice when we have a little free time.
Well, you asked up at the beginning if anybody had gotten out and played disc golf.
Yeah.
Sonia played her best round at Hermitage today.
Oh, wow. Good stuff.
Good job for Sonia. K-Top, sadly, he hasn't played much, but he'll be out at Rundle tomorrow.
Oh, I wonder if he's going out for Rundle League, because that's on Thursday night.
I assume he would be going out for Rundle League.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone else have any comments in there?
No, I don't think Doc plays too much. He just plays out on his, he doesn't play tournaments and things like that. We know that about Doc, so.
Right.
Yeah,
and then we do know, of course, we saw Keith in there, and Keith actually played around with us yesterday.
Yes, yesterday.
And Keith, we still thinking about you there, because that was the best round. You were cruising so well on that front nine, and then the back nine didn't hold it together, but it was good to see that even with all of that, it was still your best round at the course, which was fantastic.
Yeah. Well, let's move it right along, Jeremy. We have a guest waiting.
All right. Well, do you want to do the intro on this one?
Oh, well, I may as well, shouldn't I?
Sure.
Our first guest tonight is a force to be reckoned with on the course. This year, he has played 9 events, winning 7 of them, and placing second in the other 2. This year, he has played at the MJ18, MJ15, and MJ12 level. He and his dad, Carl, hosted 3 tournaments this year. This past weekend, he took first place in the MJ18 at the Sandy Hollow Open, shooting a bogey-free.
Wow. Tournament.
Let's welcome Nikko Forbes to the show. If you just give me 1 second, I will get everything set up here.
Yeah, didn't you do the intro and push the buttons at the same time, right?
Hey, Nikko.
Hello.
How are you?
Lovely. Yourselves?
Yeah, we're doing fantastic. Thank you.
Really good, Nikko. It's good to see you. And we've been saying this a couple times with our guests, Nikko. It's hard to believe, but it's been over a year since you were last on the podcast. And when we had you on, that was our first Eastern Canadian Juniors episode, and we got to speak with you. We spoke with Brooklyn Okrafka and Rebecca Dawn. And so we're really excited to have you back on the podcast, and wanted to start by asking you how you've been over the last year.
Thank you. I'm very honored to be here. And over the last year, I'd say definitely found even more love for this game. I think I've definitely improved my putting and my head game, and I've just been having a lot of fun sharing our wonderful sport.
Oh,
It's fantastic.
yeah, that's great to hear.
Yeah, such positive attitude. I love it.
Yeah. Well, we wanted to, last time we caught up with you at that point, we're going to catch up with you again. And we thought we'd start with your most recent tournament, which was the Sandy Hollow Open that you just finished playing over the weekend. Now, this tournament, no surprise, was played at the Sandy Hollow Disc Golf Course out in Barrie, Ontario. Can you tell us a little bit about that course? Because neither Darrell nor I have had a chance to play it yet.
It's personally one of my favorites. It's definitely a tighter wooded course, and I think it definitely makes you practice your lines. And if you can stop on a dime, which I know very few people can, but yeah, it's definitely very technical, and I really enjoy it because there's so many fun wooded lines. And yeah, I really enjoy this course.
Oh, nice.
That's awesome. So we did some research and we saw that the course is 20 holes instead of 18, and it's rated 4.5 stars out of 5 on UDisc, and over 1,500 people have made that rating. Some people say that it's very hilly, and we looked at the pictures of it, and it looks like a gorgeous course as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely some very nice landscape that they're using there. I think 4 to 5 stars is amazing, but personally it could be higher. Yeah, it's a really nice course. I think the people that made the course definitely took their time and have made some really fun and craftsman-like lines.
Nice. That's awesome. Well, let's talk about the tournament itself there. So you competed in MJ18. Well,
no, you're good.
Oh, okay. I wonder what you were pointing at. Sorry. So you competed in MJ18. You had quite the tournament. You want to tell us a little bit how the tournament went? Maybe give us some highlights from the weekend.
The tournament for me was mostly about my mental game. I think I've played that course a few times, and I knew I have most of the shots, but what's really holding me back is my mental resilience. I couldn't let little mistakes like hitting a tree or just being off by my line by just a touch set me off. I think I was very calm and collected. My putting was another really clutch thing. I think if my opponents made a clutch putt or a big putt, I think I was really calm and collected and was making those putts that I needed to. Also, my driving was a big highlight of the weekend. I really liked how I was trusting my discs and they were responding really well.
That's awesome, Nikko.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Well, and we kind of mentioned it there in the intro, but you had quite the achievement. You played a bogey-free tournament, Darrell. Not a bogey-free round or a front nine or back nine. A bogey-free tournament. You scored 18 birdies. I was like, I had to double check my notes there. Yes. 18 birdies with 7 birdies in a row during the first round. So, Nikko, we know that 3 birdies is a turkey. 4 could maybe be called a quad. What do you think 7 birdies should be called? And I got a couple ideas. I was thinking maybe a Nikko special or Nikko's 7-layer birdie Rito, something like that. What do you think?
That's amazing. To be honest, I didn't actually know I had 3 birdies in a row. Right from the get-go, I was taking it one shot at the time. I didn't know I had a turkey, let alone 4, 5, 6, or 7. I think we were just so locked in the zone that every shot was the next shot. Okay, that was a birdie. That feels great. Okay, what's the next hole? What do I need to do? Oh, it's a flip-up hyzer. Okay, I need to figure that out. I think also I was really in the zone. And some of those holes, I think especially with such great competition that I got to play with, even if 3 or 4 of you guys birdie it, and it kind of feels like a par, but yeah, I was really happy and checked my scorecard. I was like, wow, I didn't actually realize I did that good.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And I guess that's a good part when you talked about mental resiliency is focusing on that next hole. And, you got the birdie here. That's great, but that's not what you're focused on. It's what do I do on this next hole? Yeah. Right.
I just want to know if I can set some time aside when we get to nationals. Like, can you maybe just coach me on my mental game? And I can book you for a session because it just seems like you've got your head screwed on. You just got that, such a great attitude to, we all wish that we could be like that, right? Be able to leave those holes behind. Yeah. That's what kind of brings us down. But looking back at the tournament, it looks like you scored your highest rated round as well at that tournament, a 954, and you won the tournament. So that's a whole host of congratulations there for you.
Thank you. One of the most useful tools I have in my arsenal of mental game is the thing called 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh,
You need to identify 5 things you see. So, I see a leaf. I see my disc golf bag. I see the ground. It's brown. And then you hear 4 things. Sorry, I'm
Yeah.
reading this. You hear 4 things. So, I hear the chains. I hear a bird. Somebody just got an ace. Actually, fun fact: there was 11 aces, and that is a new
Wow.
course record.
Holy
But
smokes.
3, what do you feel? So, my clothes, they feel nice. How
Yeah.
does this leaf feel? It's nice, rough, bumpy. My putter, yeah, that feels nice. 2 things that you smell. So, what do I smell right now?
Yeah.
I wax. I use wax on my callus right there, and
Okay.
Okay.
that's one of my biggest tools. And then, what do you taste? What does my mouth taste like? My mouth tastes like vitamin water. Drink a lot of that too. And I think that just resets your brain, and it's just a good thing to distract yourself, especially if you have a tester putt or need to make a solid drive. It's definitely a really useful tool, personally.
Yeah.
Wow. When does your book come out? Because these are great tips that I think you could just put in a book, and if you sold this to any disc golfer, you're going to fund all of your events and your pro career and everything. So that's amazing.
For sure.
Yeah.
My dad's basically my book. He knows all the answers I need.
Yeah, there you go. That's a great
That's
answer.
awesome. It's a great team.
Yeah. So I don't know if you know this, but with this win and the other 6 wins that you have this season, you should all be set for Canadian Nationals in a few weeks. Are you looking forward to Nationals? I know we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to Nationals. I think the courses are really nice. I think there's definitely a great batch of competitors. I was amazed to see how many high-rated and Americans that I knew that were coming down. I played from previous worlds. I'm really excited to play with 12 juniors that
Yeah.
will be joining us, and I think that's just amazing how much this has grown and snowballed. When before I would be the only Nationals player, and I'd be on the FA 60s card, and I can't wait to have such fun competitors.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, we do keep an eye on your Instagram, so we've seen that there out of the 4 courses. I know you've played Oat Goat, and I know you've played Project 15. Have you played Cedar Creek and Newcastle as well?
I've won a few tournaments at Newcastle. I recently just won what was it called? I just recently won the Forefathers Open by
Right.
7 strokes. And then Cedar Creek has been closed for a wedding, sadly. Well, sadly and not sadly. And so we just got to play there today. I played with my friend Paul and Zavi Seggs. That was a really fun round. And I really enjoy it. I think the OBs kind of shape like a really nice fairway. And I really like both those courses. And I think Nationals the pack will be separated definitely, because there are some more technical, more long shots. These courses are honestly harder than the courses I've ever played at Worlds, so I can't wait, and I think this will be really fun.
You're making me nervous, Nikko.
And he's honest.
Yeah.
When we ask other people, they're like, "Oh, just stay in the fairway. That's all you got to do."
Yeah.
No, he's like, "These are hard courses. You're gonna get your butt kicked."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, do you have a favorite course out of the 4 of the ones that we're going to be playing, or that we'll have a chance to play? And if so, what is it about that course that you like so much?
Honestly, I enjoy them all. I think they're all special in their own ways. But personally, I have to say Project 15 is probably my favorite.
Okay.
I think it definitely blends the fairways are nice and clean, and it's definitely long-winded shots that if you can keep it in the middle, and it's almost better to throw 200-foot putter, 200-foot mid-range, and then if you can get up there, then you get your par, and that's going to be better than 60-70% of the field. I think it's definitely kind of humbles you a little. I think instead of being like, "Oh, I'm going to rip this, I'm going to throw my Mamba 400 feet, watch me do this," and then even if you don't get it perfectly, you're off in the fairway and you're getting a double bogey, that I think it really humbles you and teaches you how to, sometimes I definitely do need to diss down, and I just need to play this hole for par. I know I can do that, so I think if you can execute your game at Project 15, it is definitely a course that can separate you from the pack.
Okay, great
Yeah.
tips. And Nico, we had Gabe on just I think a couple weeks ago now, and it was he just talks so highly about the course, and we could hear how much he puts his heart and soul into building that course. So we're very excited. He had lots of good things to say about your dad as well when we talked to him too. So that was nice too. So we wanted to ask you, so last year you had a chance to play the Rip, which was at Oat Goat. And that was kind of a bit of a preview of what we can expect for nationals of, like you said, that difficult type of hard level of course. How did you enjoy being part of the Rip last year? Because we didn't get a chance to talk to you about that.
I really enjoyed Rip. I think just the level of community there is there. The owners have been so open to disc golf and learning and making all the fairways nice and cut. I was really amazed to see such a big tournament with all the top pros like Gannon and all that so close to my home. I still remember when, wow, you got 100 people at a tournament. That's a big tournament. Yeah, I think I sold some discs at Rip. And personally, one of my highlights is Philo Brathwaite came and stayed at our house, and we went to his clinic, and it was truly amazing. I think he gives some really helpful tips, and he played pretty well. Yeah, I also got to announce some of the pros' names off the tee, and that was really fun. I really enjoyed it, and I think Darrell puts so many hours into that course. It's amazing, and the course is in tip-top shape. And as you said, for nationals, I think this will be a really good course. I think people are going to love it, and then some people are going to realize that, oh, this is the Canadian National Championships. You're not going to walk in here and just score minus 18 every round. You're going to have to come in here and work for it.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And you kind of touched on it there, and we were looking back through social media, and we seen that Darrell did a good job of doing the social media, and we saw you announcing the players. Do you remember how many people you got to announce, and who your favorite person to announce was?
Sneaky pick here. Probably my favorite person to announce, the Sudbury legend Thomas Hums himself. I think announcing all the top pros like Isaac and Gannon was really cool. Big Germ was really nice. He came over and had a conversation with me. I really enjoyed it. My dad actually caddied one of the rounds for Philo, so I walked with them for 9 holes, and he's just so wise. Like, he's truly just the Merlin of this sport. I think he's a really nice person, and it's really cool to see how he takes his approach to the game. Like, your disc is your paintbrush, and this course is your pedestal painting. And so each throw that you have is a stroke of your brush. And his picture definitely came out very pretty.
Wow.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, and Nico, you got a chance to see Gannon and Ezra and Philo and Big Germ, and then even all of our great Canadians too. Like you said, Thomas Hums was there, Thomas Gilbert, you name it. There was a lot of people there. It kind of brings me is with all these people that you've got a chance to meet or see in passing and that, do you have a favorite MPO player and on top of that, do you have a favorite FPO player?
On the FPO side, I got to meet and talk to Paige Pierce. And I was personally blown away to see such a big legend of the sport. Somehow she already knew who I was. And that was just really blowing me away. I think disc golf is such a small land and a big land at the same time. I really enjoyed it. And I think that MPO, they're all so nice. Like, disc golf just creates such a great community. If I had to pick one, I'd say Ezra was really nice. He was fun. He came over and had a conversation with me. Rebecca Dawn, she is such a nice person. Like, honestly, she's one of the top 5 nicest people in disc golf. I think she worked so hard for this, and she deserved it. She played amazingly, and I was really happy with how she did. And she's so nice. She comes over and talks to me, and you're like, you're basically at this point a superstar in the FPO world. I'm so glad that she still keeps her perfect morals, and she's a very nice person.
Yeah, when you talk about Rebecca, we agree 100%. And we were talking about her earlier, is that this year with her, she's still at school and stuff and taking some time off to do her disc golf pro tour events. And she's almost won $10,000. She's been on lead cards. She's like, the nicest person in the world. She's caddying for Cole Riddall, and she's just seems like she's having such a great time, and we're really glad to see her. And I think you're only maybe a year or two away from doing the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I can imagine if you like Rebecca as a person and a disc golfer, like just because she's a little bit closer to your age range, like that kind of be someone that you emulate and kind of see that the path and the trajectory that she's on. Is that someone that you can kind of see yourself following in her footsteps?
Well, her being the youngest person on tour, I hope to break that record. But yeah, funny enough, she actually started at the Nikko's Drives. Her first event, she came out, kicked butt. She already had an ace at her home course, and yeah, she's such a nice person. I've known her since she started, and yeah, her trajectory is just going up and up and up and up. It's insane.
Yeah.
Well, you mentioned about Paige Pierce knowing who you were, and I can't doubt that she found out who you were from your social media, because you're fully active on social media. It looks like you're getting a birdie on every time you post something on social media, and 9 times out of 10 it's with that effortless forehand. Now, last time you were on, we asked you for some tips, and it seems like you've even got more advice now about the mental game. But I know me and Jeremy want to know, can you give us some insight and some forehand tips?
Gladly. One of my biggest things for forehand is the nose angle. I think a lot of people throw it up and then try and get these like big sky anties, when in reality you can just throw it straight and flat. Another huge tip is that I think a lot of adults just throw out their arms and use all those muscles. But yeah, definitely to get your max distance, I think you need to use your whole body. Me being a kid, the reason I can only throw 300 is that I use my whole body. Like even my toes are in it. You got to be bouncy on your feet. And yeah, I think if you can just get a lot of energy into it and get it smooth, flat, and hard, I think not long you'll have a pretty solid forehand.
All right. Great tips. And, I think I always want to hear what Nikko has to say. Like I said, the mental game tips are great. The forehand tips are good. I'll start practicing those. We got 2 weeks here until nationals.
Yeah.
And then when I get out there, Nikko, if you catch up on me, I'll throw a couple for you and you can say, yeah, Jeremy, you're still muscling it too much, or whatever you think's going on with it.
Yeah. Maybe next year it won't be Philo and Elaine's clinics. It'll be Nikko's clinics.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So not jumping too far ahead, let's looking at this weekend. This weekend, you'll be heading down to Paris to play in the event down there, the Ontario Junior Championships. And you mentioned about a good size field. It looks like you're going to have a good size MJ12 field down there as well for that one. Do you have any friends in that division that you're looking forward to playing with or competing against?
Xavi Segs, I really look forward. Hopefully I'll be on his card. I really enjoy most of them. I think there's actually been so much new talent that's been coming out. Recently we did a clinic at a public school, and a few of them will be coming. I think that's really cool. A few of them are really nice people. Like disc golf is just such a great thing. I think it brings so many kind, true-hearted people together. I can't believe that there's so many people. Like, I used to do Nikko's Drives. There'd be 2 cards at max. I'd stand up on a little stool when I was like 6 years old, give a big speech and hand out the cards and do the trophies and open the coolers. And now look what it's evolved to. I think the first generation of Rebecca and Alistair Robinson and Austin Hill, they have now all graduated on and now are beating tons of adults and making them feel bad. Look what Brooklyn did. She got second at the World Championships. Juniors, I think, are the future of their sport and are doing amazingly. I'm really happy with how many people I get to compete with, how many new faces I get to see. I think seeing my sport grow and just become so loved across the planet, I think is really cool. Especially having MPO Worlds in Finland, I thought that was really cool. And just to see how many places disc golf has grown to. One of my goals in life is to play the Japan Open. I think disc golf has just traveled all over the world, and it's grown so much. I'm truly amazed.
Yeah. No, it's amazing to think that you're talking about all these other people that have gone on to do to graduate from your Nikko's Drives and all that, but you're still there running it, and you're not far behind them. Like you I know you talk about everybody else because you're a very selfless person and you're positive about everybody else, but Yeah, you're definitely doing great things in disc golf as well. So, just get back to that course, the tournament you're playing. Have you played that course before down in Paris?
Me and my dad recently just played a doubles tournament there. I really like Paris. I think they blend open holes with wooded holes and technical shots. I personally play pretty well there. I'm excited to play there. I think it's really about if you're on, you're on. I think you can score pretty well. I think it's possible to go out there and shoot like a -10, but I think, yeah, mental game is it. I know I have all those shots, but I think personally, if I can keep it together, I can definitely have a good showing.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I'm sure you can, and you'll do it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But yeah.
Yeah.
So definitely good luck at that event. We'll be watching on PDGA Live over the weekend and seeing how you're doing. But before we let you go, Nikko, we wanted to give you a chance. Do you want to shout out your sponsors, or if there's anyone else you wanted to mention, we wanted to give you a moment to do that.
I'd like to give a huge welcoming thank you to Grippy Q, Project 15, Innova Disc Golf, and and Millennium Disc Golf.
Okay.
I think also a huge shout out to Gabe Robertson, as you said, the owner of the P15 course. He does so much in disc golf. I think he's a really nice person. He's put so much effort into that. Huge shout out to Chris Ozelins, and he's been doing a lot of great things in disc golf. And I think just this sport has become so wonderful. I think we could sit here for hours and just list wonderful people's names. I think big shout out to you guys. You guys have been doing really well. I really like the podcast, and yeah, thanks for having me.
Oh,
of course. Yeah, we're honored to have you on the podcast.
Yeah, and we love it anytime you want to come on. So if you've ever got anything you think that we should share with disc golfers across Canada, you just let us know, and we'll either have you on or we'll make sure we do our best to help you out.
Thanks. Have a good day.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome.
See you in a couple of weeks, Nikko.
Take care, Nikko.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right, Darrell.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love talking to Nikko. Why did we wait a year?
Right?
Yeah.
Oh.
So, all right. So on the Chain Out podcast, we've been talking a lot about Canadian Nationals. This is the biggest Canadian disc golf event of the year. Last year's tournament was in Clearwater, BC, and it was just fantastic. I was there, had a great time. But this year's one in the Peterborough area is going to be even better. I can already feel it. We want to make sure that everyone listening, whether they're playing the event or not, feels like they're part of the fun and excitement. And with 2 weeks left before the championships, we thought, why not have the tournament director, Darrell Bankes, on to join us, and we'll talk about Nationals, answer some questions.
Let's do it. You're going to introduce him?
Oh, that was it. That was we can welcome Darrell back to the podcast. Yeah, there wasn't much more.
How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. How are you guys? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you just fine.
Yeah, look at that shirt you're wearing today too. Looking pretty good.
Yeah, figured better dress up a little bit for the moment.
Yeah,
tough to follow Nikko though.
Right?
He is a great guest to have on the show. It's so awesome chatting with him. So we wanted to get you on the show, Darrell, and we said that, you and the Canadian Disc Golf Championship team, you've been working hard for the past year or more, putting together this Nationals tournament. And with only 2 weeks to go, we want to check in with you first. How are you doing? How is everything coming together?
I mean, there's still a lot of last minute things to figure out where, a lot of sponsors got to be aligned. You got to get them figuring out how they're helping out. We've got a ton of good sponsors this year. So that's a bit of a last minute thing. Summer's a tough time to work with a lot of people. A lot of people taking time off, and everyone seems to be busy. So, and I'm there. I'm busy. I'm pretty happy. We're kind of in the lull before the storm. All the decisions have been made. Everything's come together, and now I'm just kind of waiting these last 2 weeks. I was lucky enough to be out mowing for 2-3 hours today at Oak Goat, which was first time in probably 3-4 weeks I've been able to get out there and do some real work. So it was real nice.
Well, is mowing for you like it would be for a lot of people I've talked to? Is it kind of one of those peaceful moments where you can just kind of zone out and be away from it all?
completely a peaceful moment to zone out. Problem is, I usually wear my Apple Watch. So then, I get calls during it and you feel them. And you're like, okay, better answer that one. So, I had a couple calls from Innova today. So I had to deal with that in the middle, which were all fine. But, you're just like, okay. Um, Today was a good one. I was realigning the OB lines on hole 13. So
Okay.
that's that unique one thrown across the meadow.
Hmm.
So clean that up. It looks spiffy today. Pretty happy. There were a couple FA1 players out practicing, so I wanted to get it mowed up so they could see it exactly the way I was hoping it would be for the tournament. So,
Right.
Oh, good.
So you mowed today. Will that fairway get mowed again just before the tournament?
oh yeah, we'll be mowing that again.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we're all the course operators. Everybody's going to be out grooming their properties. We're all working hard to tighten
Yeah.
everything up. So, yeah, no doubt we're going to be
Got
mowing it
another touch.
again. And
Yeah.
yeah, but if you
That's
leave
good.
it too thick and then you mow it, you just end up with this sort of hay
Oh,
spread across the property. You got
Yeah.
to cut it regularly.
yeah, that makes sense for sure.
Yeah.
Well, Darrell, we wanted to have you on tonight to get some information out to the players, the spectators, the volunteers, and the fans of Canadian disc golf to help get them better informed before the big event that's coming up. So,
Yeah. So let's start with some of the events that's happening outside of the big tournament. So there's some clinics, there's some other fun activities. Can you tell everybody what they can get up to when they're not playing the tournament rounds?
Oh, when you're not playing, I heard you mention it when you're chatting or wrapping up with Nico there. Elaine King is coming to Canada. She's
Yeah.
Canadian. She's coming back home. She's going to be doing a clinic at the event. She's playing FP40, so that's going to be a good bit of fun to have her in that division and competing with our local players.
Yeah.
I think that'll be an exciting moment. And she's a great instructor. She's
A
been doing it for
legend.
years. These
Yeah.
veteran players that know how to talk to people and have turned their business into talking to people.
Hmm.
That's part of their professional part of disc golf now.
Yeah.
Philo's coming back this year. He did a clinic last year. I don't know if Nico mentioned it earlier in the evening,
Oh
but
yeah.
oh, yes.
Nico's a big fan. Carl's a big fan of Philo, and he's coming back to town. So we're hoping that one sells out because, these clinics are a bit of the way some of these touring pros, who's kidding who, fund the activity of traveling to Canada and hanging out with us for the weekend.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so, I mean, Philo's clinic last year was great. There's lots of great images online to see that. And
Yeah.
hopefully it fills up. It's probably about half full now, maybe a little more.
Okay.
Yeah. And
And
then, also we're looking on Friday and the Saturday night. We've got we got the Glow Bash.
We got the Glow Bash. The Glow Bash is going to be pretty fun. I don't know if you guys know or everyone in Canada knows Disc in the Dark.
Yeah.
okay.
This
Yes.
is a fellow Adam. He runs this great business. He makes part of the business is selling the basket lights
Hmm.
and other glow in the dark stuff. And he goes on tour. He was at Ledgestone, I think, a couple of weeks ago. I'm pretty sure we're having him at the USDGC this year, and he's driving up to Canada to hang out and have some fun for the weekend. Basically, doing it as a favor, and getting some fun out of visiting people in Canada, and going to be blowing up the entire course.
Right.
So that's happening Friday and Saturday night. Also on Friday and Saturday night, we've got the Crokinole tournament. Tracy Boards, Jeremy Tracy, who's a local disc golfer in Ontario, who plays pretty well I think he's in the MA 40 division right now. I
Hmm.
don't want to age him out yet. And um, and he's going to be hosting Crokinole tournaments both Friday and Saturday night. Both of these events we debuted last year at the Inn of a Rip, and everyone had a great time. So we're going to try it again this year. And tickets are selling. I think the Crokinole tournament is around 90 of 128 spots are filled.
Right.
Whoa.
That's a cash prize tournament. There's money on the line, and it's just stupid fun.
Yeah.
Jeremy runs tournaments
Okay.
like
Yeah.
Crokinole tournaments. He does it worldwide. He runs the world
Yeah.
Crokinole championships. So when he
Wow.
gets up there and starts barking at us all and making everyone and telling everyone how to play, it's a full-on experience every night. And so we're putting him up at Oak Goat in one of the Yomes for both nights or all 3 nights of the tournament as a favor, since he's basically given his time for the weekend to help us out and bringing, I don't know, 30 boards with him and helping us set up tables and acting like the MC all night. So
Right.
Good.
that's happening Friday and Saturday night. But, we got to make sure we mention what's happening on Thursday evening,
Yeah.
Well, for
which
sure.
is when the two lovely gentlemen in front of me are going to be hosting the opening ceremonies at Oak Goat.
Yeah.
That's going to start, right around 5:45, 6 o'clock. After Philo's clinic is wrapping up about 5:30 that day. And then you guys are going to start wandering around, getting a
Yeah.
feel of the place. And we're going to have a formal opening ceremony at Oak Goat. I think you're going to be going live on one of the Instagram channels with that. Just in case there's a bunch of players that are practicing at Project 15 still, or, you
Yeah.
know, stuck in the woods at Cedar Creek or down in the valleys of Newcastle. And, but still want to check in and see what you guys are going to be saying, and also what, the tournament directors are going to talk about, some last minute instructions. PDJ Canada is going to stand up, you know, Brian
Yeah.
Oninger is going to do something, and I'm pretty sure Chris O'Zolan's going to stand up and say some words.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Nico's even going to stand up and make sure, the juniors are all welcomed and the families and parents all, get in line and make sure we all have a good tournament. So
Yeah.
we're doing that.
Yeah.
And then you guys are going to help us wrap that evening up with Thomas
With the
Gilbert.
Thomas. Yeah.
with the long drive
Thomas
there too.
Gilbert is doing the long drive challenge.
Yeah.
It's not going to be 100% the biggest drive is the winning drive. What we've lined up is a big 450-foot carry from around the first tee on Oak Goat down to the 18th basket. And it's
Right.
going to run as a big CTP challenge because
Oh, okay.
we all know if we make it a straight long drive challenge, like,
Yeah.
basically
The-
Thomas just wins his own show. So it's
yeah.
like dull.
It's the
So,
usual suspects. Yeah.
so we're going to make it a big long drive, but, you still got to get it close to the basket. And
Right.
we're going to
Yeah.
be offering that to the men and the women. And the women might get a shorter tee, so just to make it a little bit more fun, a little more approachable for them.
Yeah.
And, so that's going to be a fun way. We're going to keep it all quick and fast. That's got to wrap up by 7:30. And, just a logistical thing.
Yeah.
That will be a night where everyone can pick up their player pack.
Okay.
That'll
Yeah.
go all the amateurs. And a lot of you pre-ordered some fine apparel, whether it's what I'm wearing or, the stuff that Michael Ramanuskis made and some
Mm-hmm.
discs. So it's,
Yeah.
so that's going to be all available, plus all the shirts. You guys all chose your colors and
Hmm.
helped us out with that. So it's
We
going to
did
be a
have a
bit of a project.
we did have a question in the chat here, and it kind of links into when you said about we'll catch the tail end of Philo's clinic, or we'll make ourselves around the farm. We had a question here in the chat, and it kind of links to it, and I think I know the answer, but we'll get the definitive question answer from you. Is can we visit the animals during the tournament? And like you said, we're going to be wandering around the farm, making our way to the kind of the opening ceremony stage, and I'm sure we'll be highlighting the farm as well.
Well, the animals are front and center, like basically tournament central, and the main tent we're setting up, which will have a little bit of a fly mart and spot to just hang out, and an inclement weather sort of spot, um, is right next to the alpaca pen, and the pigs are there. The
Mm-hmm.
goats are hanging around behind the barn.
Yeah.
I did talk to um, the staff, the people, the entire farm, the animal side of the farm. I talked to, and we're talking about offering a mini schmergel.
Hmm.
Schmergels are it's well,
Yeah.
Oak
This
Goat
needs.
created the schmergel.
Yeah. It
It's
needs.
when
It
you go
needs.
for a walk with goats and you take
Okay.
them out on the course, or they end up walking across the course, which is good fun. But schmergels happen. People go for walks with goats. They get to hang out with the baby goats. And we're probably going to try and set up what we call a mini schmergel at some point over whether it's opening night or one of the Friday or Saturday nights, where some of our players can go into the pens with the goats, and the goats will literally climb on you. And,
Right.
we have very sociable goats. So
Nice.
they've been
Nice.
trained to be nice to everybody. So you can pet them and kids end up having them hanging on their backs and heads and stuff. So it's pretty stupid
Yeah.
fun, in that way.
That's good.
Yeah.
And I think we've hit almost everything on the list, Darrell, but I think there's also maybe a putting competition too going on.
Oh yeah, sorry, I just keep trying.
It's okay. This is why we're the hosts, you see. We got you covered.
Yeah, no, so what we wanted to do was set up a Canadian putting championship. It's a fun little add-on activity. And to facilitate that, a few people that are probably watching tonight have already test run this with me at the Foxwood Open and the Lou, where we had it set up as a test. There's a very talented programmer out of the Grand River Disc Golf community that's created an app. So it's going to be a digital, you're going to score on your phone. It's a B, C, D, E, F, 6 stations for putting. And it's strictly going to be a putting it's a qualifier course and it's a competition. And there's going to be a qualifier course set up at every course. So before or after your round, you can go over and give it a try. It's a ton of fun. But it's just like putting. It's going to be like 3 meters, 5 meters, 7, 10, 14, I think are the numbers.
Okay.
And you get scoring based on, we're using a new method of scoring and we call it 3M scoring. If you miss, you get 0. If you hit metal, you get 1 point. And if you make your putt, you get 2 points. So when you sign on to the app, you're going to just put your name in and you choose a division. And your division is, based on your division. There's going to be amateur women, amateur men, pro women, pro men, and juniors. Only
Right.
5 divisions. And at the moment, we're planning that the top 4 of each division qualify for a championship putting contest on Friday or Saturday night. We're going to do 2 divisions one night and the other 3 the other night. We're still working out the thing. Really happy that Jack Coney of the East End Putting League, Toronto local, that runs a great big putting league all winter. He's going to be our MC and host for that on Friday and Saturday nights. We've also got what I'm really excited to say is that this whole putting competition's come together with the help of Northumberland Tourism. They're sponsoring the effort involved in this.
Right.
These things still take time. We got an app to develop, signage to make, wraps for baskets, plus a whole bunch of prizes. So they're helping out with that in a great way. And it's a way for them to support the tournament as a whole. So, the whole putting competition is completely branded Northumberland Tourism. And, they're really hoping that some of you guys go and experience some of the great things we have in our area. We live in a tourist area.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. Not the whole point, but there's a lot of that stuff going on in our area. So it's a great spot for everyone from Toronto to cruise east a little bit and join us in the county.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Darrell, one of the things we want to ask with all of these events, whether it's the clinics, Glow Challenge, Crokinole, that type of thing, is it open to everybody or do you have to be playing in the tournament to be part of these events?
The registration's closed and exclusive to tournament registered players for about the first 4 to 6 weeks when those events came available. Since they aren't completely filled, we've opened them up to the public in general, which generally means a disc golf community because very few people outside of us disc golfers know about disc golf these things. So right now, like all the local players, the ones that aren't, all the volunteers, anyone hanging around, all the local disc golfers in Toronto that want to come out, maybe want to come out and watch some players play for a few hours on Friday afternoon because they can get off work early. And then they're like, let's go join the Crokinole tournament or the Glow Bash on Friday night, same on Saturday. We're not charging for spectators this year. The Innova Rip was a different beast.
Okay.
We had spectator passes. That was to help fund the tournament and, just make it worthwhile. And also to prove to the Disc Golf Pro Tour that we can have paid spectator events in Canada that people are willing to come to so that maybe one day they'll show up with a full tournament.
Yeah.
All right, just a little bit of a dig in there to try and get that done one day.
I'll clip it.
So everybody can come. Registration's still open, but there's a real bonus for signing up early.
Yeah.
Okay.
And uh, so Smuggler's Notch, who's hosting the Green Mountain Championship the following weekend, and is a big, well, it's one of the greatest disc golf venues around. If you
Hmm.
ever want to go play disc golf and have a great weekend, go to Smugs.
Yeah.
Um, anyways, they're giving us a what they call it, you know, as known in the industry, whether it's golf or disc golf, a stay and play package. 3 nights of staying at Smuggler's Notch and all the disc golf you can manage. They've put a price on that thing, and it's worth over 1,500 US for the 3 days. It's probably it's basically, you know, for a couple or two friends to head down. So we're having a big draw. Anybody that signs up or that has signed up for the Crokinole, the Glow Bash, or either one of the clinics will be entered into the draw. And from those people that sign up before September 2nd, we're going to draw a bunch, we'll draw the names for the winner of that big prize. And then we've got a whole bunch of other prizes. Visionary Disc Golf is supporting us with nets for all the courses. So they're actually sending us an extra practice net. Got a couple bags from Ridge Roller. We're going to have you know, I think there's 7, 8 prizes. There's going to be a bunch of discs in the prize packs. So we're going to be giving out a bunch of prizes based on everyone that's registered only before September 2nd or so.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we're going to do draw next week, which
Yeah.
you guys might help with or you might not.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah.
that'd be awesome.
We're in.
So you kind of said it
Oh,
there too, Darrell. Is it kind of sounds like someone could come out for the day. They could follow a cart around the course. They could possibly caddy for a player who might want one, maybe volunteer, have some food, have some drinks, then participate in a clinic or maybe a crokinole tournament. They sign up before September 2nd. They got a chance to win great prizes, and they're not even registered to play in the tournament, and they can still do all of these things, which sounds like a great way if
It's a
someone was
bonus.
going, hey, what should I do this weekend?
Yeah.
There's a lot they can be part of.
yeah, and we're hoping to fill up the place, and
Yeah.
you know, people are welcome to go to the other courses and drop in. But go to will be Tournament Central. It's the easiest spot to probably drop into and get more engaged in what's going on. But you know, it's a lot of fun. So we're excited now. We're starting to get geared up.
Yeah.
You know, we got tents coming for the property, and you know, everyone's getting their toilets delivered, and you know, we're trying to figure out water issues for all the properties, and you know,
Yeah.
some fun things. There's some odd
Yeah.
things going on, but that's what
Yeah.
happens in disc golf tournaments.
Yeah, we're starting to pack our suitcases.
Yeah.
I know I've packed it and trying to adjust all the room and space that we've got to make everything that we need to bring as well. So yeah, everyone's getting excited.
Yeah.
I'll lend you any extra discs you guys need.
Oh, I thank you.
All right,
It
you
just
know,
so
as
happens
long
I
as you go
only
straight
it just so
straight
happens that
Innova.
I only throw Innova, so that's good.
Yeah, that's all right.
I could probably find a few other in the lost and found for you if you don't throw Innova. So you know.
Well, Darrell, we talked a little bit there too. I said kind of mentioned that you can get some food and drinks, and we know that we kind of maybe wanted to say what is the food situation like going to be out there? Are we needing to pack lunches for every event at every course, or are some courses going to have some food available and others not?
You pretty much nailed it. Um, so Project 15 and Cedar Creek are two venues that are disc golf courses,
Yeah.
and that's what they are.
Mhm.
So if you need lunch, if you need a bunch of snacks, um, you need to pack it in and pack it out with you at those venues. Um, if you need water, we all need water, but
Yeah.
you know, please, everyone, plan to bring some bottles of water with you. We will be supplying water on the course, but you know, it's still expected that players show up with some water when they come to a tournament and come with enough food for the day. Uh, Newcastle does have a clubhouse. You know, it's a formal golf course. It's a ball golf course that has this beautiful overlay woven in the spaces between between the ball golf layout. And so they've got a full clubhouse. I'm sure they're going to be gearing up to have some extra staff in the place for the weekend. Oak Goat, we're bringing in extra staff for the weekend. We got a new pizza oven we hope to be having going all
Mhm.
weekend. So there should be food available. We are planning based on the fact that every evening there'll be 200 people there probably until 11 p.m. You know, It's going to be a tough weekend for the tournament director. I'll be up late, up early, up late, up early. But that's what we do this time of year when this comes around. So, um, but keep in mind, we're also in quite an urban area. Like
Mhm.
if you're at Newcastle or Cedar Creek or Oak Goat, you can drive fairly close by. You got Port Hope, Coburg, Newcastle, Oshawa, Bowmanville. And these are all big communities that, have restaurants, hotels, and everything. So
Mhm.
Good.
there's tons to do in our area that weekend. Plan plan to have lots of extra time to do some fun. Um, the Port Hope Fair is on that weekend.
Right.
Okay.
It's apple picking season starting. The salmon are running in the local rivers. I don't know if, like, for people that, maybe live in the
Right.
prairies, I haven't seen salmon running up a river by the thousands. That
Yeah.
it's this time of year that this stuff happens in our area. That's why, it's a lovely time to be here.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure.
That'd be amazing. I've never
Yeah.
seen it. Yeah. Now, we've
So,
spoken to quite a few tournament directors on our podcast, and we know one of the staples is you can't run a tournament like this without volunteers. And I'm sure that this whole event is no different. Now, obviously, you can never have enough volunteers. So if people are still wanting to show up and they want to volunteer, we got a couple questions for you. Is one of them would be, what do they need experience? That'll be my first question to
you
you.
need you need almost no experience to volunteer.
Right.
If you've made it to an age where you can walk and sort of see things, you're probably pretty good at volunteering at a disc golf event.
Right.
Um,
So
yeah, so
if somebody does show up and they want to volunteer, what sort of things can they expect to be put to work to? What sort of things would the volunteers be doing?
um, what's really nice about this year's event, these are at 4 private courses. So you
Right.
have four course owners that are used to running events and are set up as businesses, as modest as they are, to host disc golf people. So we're pretty much set up at Oak Goat and Cedar Creek. They're going to have their few close friends or staff or someone they're paying for the weekend to be there helping with some of the more mundane parts of volunteering that often
Right.
happen. Like, I don't want to volunteer at a tournament, get stuck in the parking lot. Like
Right.
it kind of loses its joy.
Yeah.
So a lot of our volunteers will end up getting to do good things. We might ask someone to go and help with something like carry water out to the course or do
Hmm.
something. And, those are all essential parts to running a tournament at this scale because, I mean, we're ordering so much water. But anyways, it's um, so yeah, volunteers, tons of opportunity. We don't even need that much heads up. We've got a tournament website. There's a sponsorship sign up page that's being manhandled by Sean Galbraith, who's
Hmm.
a captain of volunteer organization and also volunteering himself. Like he
Mhm.
volunteers at tournaments everywhere.
Hmm.
So yeah, we've got Sean Galbraith helping. We got lots of people helping this tournament. And
Yeah.
this is, it comes across sometimes that this is a solo thing that I'm kind of like driving along here.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, I'm kind of driving it along, but I've got people that are handling all the registration at this point and everything, and everyone's working on their own courses, and there's volunteers coming out to, trim up courses, and we got teams of people that are probably showing up at every venue to, do a final weed whack and,
Yeah.
you
Mhm.
know, pruning thing. That's going to happen over the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Um,
Yep.
I
so
was going to say,
and
I think
oh,
you must have the tournament pretty much taken care of, and everybody seems to be running their things when the major tournament director of the event can take the time to go and cut the fairways. So if that's what your responsibility is on a day, everything else is running smoothly.
I mean, I spent the morning with different sponsors. I mean, we've got Vessi on board this year.
Awesome.
Oh,
Vessi's
great.
bringing, Vessi's coming out and going to be giving prizes to all of the winners of the amateur divisions.
Okay.
Right.
And, so, you know, eh, that's a lovely today with my hydration sponsor. And we're trying to figure out how to order the quantity of water that we need.
Which is a lot.
It's
Yes.
Yes.
It's a lot. And unfortunately, you're in a quasi wilderness environment.
Hmm.
So, doing at this scale, doing these very eco-friendly sort of filling up big containers of water isn't necessarily safe,
Right.
efficient, or helping people. So, we have to figure all through that. And so our sponsors are helping with some of that aspect of stuff, even the ordering of it.
Yeah.
Um,
Mhm.
we're getting ready. And I mean, we've got we got great player pack stuff that's all going to be organized, and I got people volunteering to come over and sort this big pile of stuff that's behind me. Um,
Right.
you know, heck, I ordered 1,200 batteries today. So,
Well,
I mean, we're giving out almost 400 flashlights, and they need 3 batteries each. And I'm
Right.
expecting you guys to all go play glowies. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
flashlights better work.
that's awesome.
So just two things I wanted to mention there. One, just because you mentioned all the stuff behind you, we did have a comment there that can we get a closer look at the Mike Ramanauskas jersey there behind you, because it's obviously a different logo to the one that you have on your shirt,
Yeah.
So, Michael, Double Ram Discs, who does a lot of the design work for MVP,
right?
he
Yeah.
um, he whipped this one. Oh, come on, sit straight. He whipped this
Yeah.
one up, and I mean, he asked me hey, Darrell, what do you want me to do? And I said, Michael, you do
Coffee and
great work.
donuts.
Just do something fun that's Canadian. And so he did this coffee cup themed
Yeah.
thing in the Timbits, and it says holes in one in the little Timbit box. Or I
Yeah.
won't say Timbits out loud to get me out of trouble.
Right.
And you know, that's showing
Oh,
up
look at
Oh,
on
there
there.
you
that.
It's a whole
go.
bunch of tournament plastic. By the
Yeah.
way, these are the first time I've seen these all of our discs for the tournament, not all, but tons of these are Proto Glow Halo, but they're all white rimmed.
Okay.
Oh,
Like, this
nice.
looks like a creamsicle, for heaven's sakes.
It
Yeah.
does too.
And that's a Gorgon, and
Yeah.
the pink ones look absolutely lovely. So they all came in these 3 colors,
Nice.
Yeah.
um, and they're kind of fun. And then just a little heads up on the player back. So everyone's
Oh,
getting a Proto Glow Wombat
nice.
with the Glow
Yes.
Bash logo and the Canadian Championship logo.
Yeah.
Um, and everyone's getting a Soft Pro Proto Glow Firefly.
Woo.
These were
I ordered one of those, so I'm getting two.
You're getting 2. I did,
Yeah.
and I just packed your order the other day. It's right there behind me.
Nice.
So um, this plastic blend in the Soft Pro Proto Glow was never done before. This was done
Okay.
exclusively for our tournament, and will probably go into some release for other events or other just stock discs after ours. So the only
Right.
place to get a Soft Pro Proto Glow Firefly
There you
Is
is
go.
at
at the
the
Canadian Championship.
championships.
That's
That's
Uh,
awesome.
awesome. Well, you know what
um,
goes with that a little bit too, Daryl, was one of our listeners was jumping
the
in the
Glow
chat.
Minis.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, show that
Oh,
too.
sorry.
Yeah, let's
Let
do
me get
that.
that
Wow, it's
back on
just
there.
a mini, guys. But these are all in the new Proto Glow plastic too. So
Yeah.
we're sticking solid with the glow theme. So none of you have to bring your glow discs. You can just use the ones you get in your player pack, because
There you
you're all
go.
playing the Ace Place.
Yeah.
It's super easy, super fun, and
Yeah.
there's gonna be prizes all night. And yeah,
Well,
it's
having a
just
wombat, a firefly, and then a glow mini,
Yeah.
you're all set. And you got a
That-
flashlight with batteries to go with it too.
My goodness.
Well,
Thought of
oh
we
yeah,
everything.
flashlight.
yeah.
Oh,
So one of our listeners in the chat there was asking a question too about the fly mart, and just kind of wanted to know, what's the fly mart going to look like? How much room should they leave in their luggage for stuff they're going to want to bring back? That kind of thing.
well, the Fly Mart's coming together a little bit. We're still working out some details. I don't think it's going to be the biggest thing going on all weekend. So, we're still hoping to get some vendors out that might be interested in joining us. Um, yeah, it's a bit up in the air. There's always some issues around stuff like that. So we're
All right.
working on that. I don't
Yeah.
think this is going to be
We
the biggest shopping event of the weekend, of the year, but we got a lot of other good things going on.
Well,
Okay.
we had some good tips from Nikko last year, because he went and found the thing that he wanted and then said, "What do you want for that?" and then they said, "Oh, I want this." So then he went backwards through the list to be able to find out what he had to swap to get to the thing that he actually wanted. So
The red paperclip to a house type
exactly, that's
scenario,
exactly
hey?
that scenario. Yeah.
That'd be fun.
And then while obviously you're wearing the shirt, you're showing us all the stamped discs in here. We got Andre from Park Pro in the chat here. He wants to know who designed the Nationals logo.
Oh, this national logos was designed by the Innova, design team.
Okay,
Okay.
We've got we have a big in-house design team. That was part of the sponsorship package. Innova being the title sponsor, they included a whole bunch of logistical support and putting together designs like this and sending it in, the 10 different formats you need to keep
right.
publicizing them. And yeah, so that we got a big in-house design team at Innova that does not all of our work, but a lot of our
Yeah,
stock
yeah,
sort of tournament artwork. You can see it has some characteristics that match
Yeah.
USDGC logos and college disc golf. You know,
yeah,
we
Has that
do.
feel?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, we've done them enough that we sort of have a feel.
Yes.
You bet. Well, as we get towards the end, there was one thing we didn't want to leave out was when you and I were having a chat, you had mentioned that the out of bounds areas for the tournament are
Oh,
going to be handled
right.
just a little differently from what people might
Yeah.
be used to. And the only reason I brought that up is because I thought maybe you want to get people a little ready ahead of time for it.
Oh, okay. So, um, I've been lucky enough to go and help out at quite a few big tournaments. I've been down to the college disc golf events a few times and ran the rip, and so and also like the Foxwood Open for years.
Hmm.
And we run a lot of OB lines, and on these bigger courses, OB is part of life now,
Hmm.
and hazards and Mando lines. So, yes, the traditional way to go about it is spray painting every single inch of OB lines. To give you an idea, last year at the Innova Rip at Oak Goat, we laid down over 6,000 linear feet of twine.
Whoa.
Wow.
And for twine, so that's almost a mile of
Yeah.
string. And to lay down string properly so it's safe, people aren't tripping on it, so gets over all the humps. You
Hmm.
got to put nails down,
Mm.
and you use nails with the head, and you wind the string around the head, and you poke it into the ground.
Right.
And there's no other way to do it. If you want the string to be close to the ground so it actually works, and you want it to be taut, you have to pull it between all these things. Anyways, it's a mountain of work. I had volunteers go out and do it. I bet you we put in 16 hours putting the string out,
Hmm.
and probably 12 hours picking up the string, because you got to pick each one up slowly, and you got to pull this nail out, and you got to nail it,
Right.
because you can't mow over a property that has
Oh,
string.
no.
And so from that, and then from the Foxwood Open, I mean, we've gone through hundreds of cans of paint out there. And 2 days into the tournament, if you get a rainfall, the muddy section is no longer readable. There's nothing going on. So what we've committed to trying this year, which is probably going to frustrate some people, and I think a bunch of people will congratulate us for making the effort, is all the properties that have OB. Luckily, Gabe Robinson and Project 15, they have no OB. Okay. So this does
Good.
not apply to anyone playing at Project 15. What we plan to do is, what's been done is the courses have been staked no more than 20 feet apart, stakes on the property closer together where curves or shapes, demand a bit more detail. And we will be providing every group with a 20-foot piece of board. Like I have a volunteer that currently has 2,000 linear feet of paracord, and I bought one of those cutting machines for nylon ropes, and
Yep.
they are bagging and cutting 20-foot sections, and we're putting messages in them about each one. So each group is going to get one of those, and because don't forget, the actual line probably applies to what, 5% of
Yeah.
OB calls, maybe 2%.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's pretty obvious if you have stakes only 15, 20 feet apart, whether your disc is in or out. So
Hmm.
we're going to be trying this out. It's a bit of an initiative. We're hoping it's a cost saving in the long run.
Hmm.
So we will supply rope to every card at least. Don't forget, if a disc is so close that it needs a rope to decide whether it's inbounds or out of bounds, guess what? It's a card decision. Card will
Right.
walk over and go, yeah, you're in bounds. You're out of bounds. So to get the rope out and quickly string it, it's not going to be a big deal. And it's a lovely bit of rope. We bought some nice quality paracord, so it's not going to get all tangled up. And odds are, I bet you 70% of the cards will never even open the bag. Why would you?
Right.
Yeah.
Because you're never going to have a call.
Yeah.
So we're trying to get rid of the waste associated with that. It's going to be a bit of an adjustment. Um, we would love players to, if you got a little 20-foot piece of rope, you don't mind rolling up into a baggie and sticking it in your bag just to make sure there's maybe some cards that have two on them.
Hmm.
Because it's still a big expense of the tournament. I mean,
Hmm.
1,000 feet of paracord is $100.
Right.
Right.
We get
Yeah.
50
Yeah.
sections out of that. So we're blowing $400 or $500 on paracord. And, everything adds up.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. For sure.
and those are expenses that, don't forget, we would have spent $1,000 on paint.
Yeah. I like the idea, to tell you, Darrell, as I think
Yeah.
I haven't played in that format before, but as you said, is there aren't that many times in a round or even in a tournament that you're having that close of a call. So to string a piece of string between, or paracord between two stakes, easy enough to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it.
And a lot of you, like all the courses are marking their OB clearly. Like
Right.
we've gone and done the walks and went, just more stakes. Go install another 20 stakes. Mine are 6 steps apart everywhere at Oak Goat. I do them. I drill them in. A lot of you have seen them. We use that. We use PEX piping. So they're durable. They last forever. And they're white, blue, and red, depending on the area. So I don't think
Okay.
there's going to be any issues with this. Yeah, someone's going to get frustrated and be pissy that they might have to undo a rope and feel like it's a big waste of their time, or that I should have gone out and done the painting across this entire landscape. But I'm like, OB is a part of disc golf now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
We have to come up with a better way of dealing with it so that
yeah,
it's
luckily
visible on
enough,
Yeah.
coverage. Yeah.
yeah, luckily enough, there's 3 other people on that card who can help with that. So I don't think there'll be any
Exactly.
problems.
Yeah.
No.
No.
So, yeah.
No. And
And
it definitely sounds like a good way to go. Like you said, it's eco-friendly. You're not wasting. You're not damaging the course afterwards. You're not spending man hours.
It's not disappearing in the rain.
Yeah,
All of the, or
exactly.
someone tripping over it. There's all of those things.
Yeah.
Hmm.
heck, I've had 2 flat tires from nails we've lost on the course
Oh, there
Yeah.
you go.
in our mowers. And that's $100 a time every time we do that, and also a
Yeah.
day's work lost going to get it fixed. So,
Hopefully, you get
yeah,
the bags back of rope. The bags of
Bags of rope.
bags of rope back at the end of
bag
it.
of rope.
Bag of rope. Hopefully,
I
you get
mean,
them. Hopefully, you get the majority of them back at the end of the tournament. That next year, when you run it, or next event that you run, that's another expense that you're not going to have to saddle with next year, right? So eventually,
yeah.
it'll be just par for the course. For want
And
of a better
also,
phrase.
ideally, people just get used to the idea that having a
Yeah.
20-foot piece of rope in their bag isn't taking up that much space. Like it really fits in a sandwich bag Ziploc,
Yeah.
and it's a little paracord, so it's the same as the cord that you charge your phone with. It's about that thick.
Yeah.
Right.
And just for the rule sticklers, you can put it on the outside of the stakes.
There you go. Good.
'Cause that came up for discussion.
We have
So where are
clarification.
they supposed to wrap it around? And I'm like, you wrap it around the spot that favors you the most. But
Right.
it's a string. So yes, you wrap it around the side of the stakes that suits your decision making the best. And
Perfect. I love that.
That's good.
nothing. Don't forget a paint line is like that thick. So
Yeah.
this is a very precise way to do it. The stakes are there, and I think everyone's gonna have a little fun with it. And
Yeah.
we'll get teased a bit about it, but I think it's a
It's
lovely solution that maybe needs to be adopted across the board. We're also
Mhm.
lucky; most of the properties are able to do differential cutting,
Okay.
so there's
right.
there's a visual line, and also when you start putting stakes only 20 feet apart, there's a line. It's visual.
Yeah.
You can see it from any tee box Oh, that's the rough shape. So
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
for
that'll
sure.
be good.
We had a quick question from the chat as well. They say will Innova, but I'm sure not just Innova, but if are there, do you think there are going to be any of those championship stamp discs available afterwards if people wanted to get a hold of them, or if they are, how can they get a hold of them?
I have so many discs that they will be available. I do know that Innova Canada, John Gould Thorpe,
Yeah.
believe he's got a stash of these. I think he has 90 red ones and 10 white ones by my accounts. Um,
Okay.
and so they may come available up on the website there, or they may just get shipped to me at some point and I'll sell them through Goat, but whatever the case may be.
They will be available.
I will have a few extra. The Michael Ramanauskas discs, I do have a ton of these. They're going to be they'll be one of the few sort of swag things available on site. I mean, as you know, big events. We love the idea of having all kinds of apparel, like like the shirts and the hoodies that I showed you earlier.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But we can only do so much on spec,
Right.
hoping that
Yes.
people buy stuff. So that's why we went through that big pre-order
Mm-hmm.
process with THQ tournament headquarters out of Hamilton, Ontario,
Yeah.
um, which is a fabulous company to deal with if anyone's looking for someone to help with their apparel needs for their tournaments. Um, so they helped set up that entire thing. They helped me sell discs through the site, um, and they're not charging us for, they're allowing that to be a bit of a tournament fundraiser, the disc sales part of it. And they did they make the stuff. Like they don't make the stock t-shirts that, companies are going to buy, but all of the special tournament jerseys that everyone's
Yeah.
getting, the fully sublimated jerseys, they print those there. Like
Right.
giant machines printing these sheets out of apparel looking things, and then they're all sewn together there, and they got a big tons of people working hard, and so I'm excited to see all that stuff roll in. I did see all this product in advance, at least the mock-ups and the pieces, and they do some great product. So I'm pretty sure everyone's going to be happy, and
Yeah.
I'm really excited to see people wearing those caddy jerseys,
Yes. Yeah. That'll look
especially now that
good.
we spelled it right. So.
Well,
No detail left astray. Hey.
yeah, exactly. So we've covered all the external activities that's happening. We know we're going to be playing at 4 amazing courses. We know the courses are going to be in tip-top shape. We know what discs we're getting. We know what swag we're getting. Is
I
there
think we're
anything else
prepared.
that we haven't covered, Darrell, that we want to give you a chance to let us know what else we might be needing to know?
Well, Gabe Robinson's making some lovely trophies for us.
Yes. Yep. He
Um,
mentioned those. Yeah.
and a local 3D printer, Dan Hines, is helping with all the plates on the trophies. So they all read really well. So there's lots of trophies to be had. I don't think there's too many more surprises.
I think we
You know,
covered
we've
pretty much all of it.
we, I mean, we've got players that are coming and going out of the tournament. So
Hmm.
there's going to be lots of that action. But I mean, there's going to be 500 people descending on the area, having a good time all weekend, hopefully enjoying all the extra activities that we're trying to put together for them. And, you know, a bunch of fun prizes being given away. And yeah, so
Yeah.
it's all
It's
coming
gonna
Well,
be
together.
it's gonna be
We're
great.
pretty
yeah.
happy.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know.
And you guys are coming.
Yeah, exactly. I was just going to say, we're excited to get out there. We're excited to play new courses, some great championship courses. We're excited to be invited to be part of the event to kick things off. So we're all excited about that. And then I guess, one thing that we could ask is that, looking back to last year, Sophia and Thomas were the MPO and FPO winners. And it just
Mhm.
goes to see now whether they can repeat, go back to back and see if they'll be crowned winners at the 2025 championship.
I, I mean, the MPO division is tough to call
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
we do have a few good players coming up from the States. That are going to try and come and challenge the properties. And I'm still curious whether some of these guys know they're playing 3 courses,
Right.
but that's their dig. I mean, their issues, and they signed up for the tournament.
Yeah.
Um, because there aren't many A tiers that really force you to play 3 different courses. But that was a compromise we had to make early on in order that 80% of the players that are making the effort to come get to enjoy as much disc golf as they can.
Right.
Because, so anyways, that aside, that was a decision we made a long time ago. People question it. Why should pros have to play 3 different courses? But such be life. It's the Canadian Championship.
Yes.
That's what we're going to do.
And it's
That's good.
Yeah. So the MPO crowd, I think that one's going to be a tough one to call because I think there's going to be some local home field advantage for some players
Yeah.
that are familiar with the properties. But there's obviously some great players coming. We got some, it is a Disc Golf Pro Tour qualifier.
Right.
It's a USDGC qualifier. It's a throw pin qualifier. So people are coming to win these spots and win their opportunity to play on the tour permanently. So that's going to be important. The FPO division, there's some that I'm excited to watch that one.
Yeah.
See Sophia there, see Rebecca there, see Chantel playing.
Paige, Raven
we have
Klein.
a local play.
Yeah.
Yeah. Raven just bailed today.
Oh, no. Okay.
She's not coming.
Is
So,
Paige Pierce still trying to make it this year?
Paige is still registered. So
Okay.
I'm pretty sure she's coming.
She's got to have redemption from last year.
Got to have some redemption. And
yeah, for sure.
I mean, we would all love to see her. And
Yeah.
she's going to be more than welcome to come and do everything she wants to do to make it a worthwhile trip for her, including selling some swag and stuff. That's all part of what she wants. So we'd like to see that. But in that division, it's going to be interesting between Rebecca, Sophia. We got a local player, Jess. That's she's trying hard. She won something recently, so she's vying to sort of show that she might have a chance to do this and wants to commit to playing some serious disc golf. So excited to see that.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see. There's going to be excitement in like an MA2 division. We got 92 MA2 players.
Yes.
Even if you're signed up for MA2, it's going to be exciting to win MA2, because you're competing against a whole bunch of people that you should be competing with. So
yes,
I think there's fun to be had all around for everybody. So.
Well, and I can say to you, Darrell, even noticing that last year was being in those larger divisions, it's quite fun because it really does make you feel as part of a big tournament. You make 1 or 2 bad shots, you slide down very quickly. You make 1 or 2 good shots, you climb right back up very quickly too. So
that must be fun. Yeah.
It is
I'm
entertaining.
kind of looking
but
forward to maybe playing disc golf next year. So I'm thinking of taking a break on the big tournament front. So I might have to, might be my year to go out and play a little bit more. Maybe come see you guys at West.
Oh, that'd be great.
Hosting some gorgeous tournaments out there. So.
Yes. It will be good, including Falcons this weekend. But, one thing we'll tell you, because it's going to be good. Well, Darrell, we will let you go, but the one thing we're going to tell you before you leave, we've got some really great advice from a very, very smart person full of a lot of wisdom. So if things get a little stressful over the next 2 weeks, Darrell, what did Nikko say that Darrell should do?
You got it. It's the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 rule.
Yep, that's it. So just do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You'll be all set.
I appreciate that. I'm probably going to use that one a few times. Nico's coming to help though, so he's with Nikko on board, I don't think it's going to be that for time. So
he's running Nikko's drives right now. He won't be long before he's running nationals, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm hoping. Maybe Junior Worlds.
We'll
get him to be the main host of Junior Worlds soon. All right.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Darrell.
Thanks, guys, for your time again tonight.
Yeah. Thanks. Bye.
It's great. So I got to ask you a question, Darrell.
Okay, go for it.
Are you excited yet?
Yeah.
Has the reality set in?
No, because
2 weeks to go until nationals.
Exactly.
2 weeks from tonight.
Yeah.
We will be, I guess, doing this podcast.
We never even thought about that.
From Ontario.
We never thought about that until you just said that.
We might be pre-recording something.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we'll be excited. We'll be out there, and like we say, it's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday event, but we're going out there for earlier, later. We're staying longer. We're
Mhm.
good, like Darrell said about the tourism. We're going to be going around the area, finding out what's. I'd like to go see the salmon jumping. You're obviously from that area.
Oh,
You've probably seen it.
never.
You've never seen it either. Yeah,
No.
so I'll be interested in doing that. We don't play Haute Goat in the tournament, but we're definitely going to get out there. We're going to be playing the Glow Bash.
Oh yeah.
We're already signed up for the Crokinole. We're going to be doing the opening ceremonies. We're going to be watching all the other podcasts and interviews and everything else that's going on out there.
Mhm.
Everyone's going to be out there having a great time. We're all coming together. It's nationals. We're excited.
That's right. Yeah. It looks like Brock's shouting out there we'll do a car ride podcast. Maybe we'll
Yeah.
have to do
We
just
might
a
have
live
to.
event. Maybe it'll be a short one, a short live,
It
because
could
then
be.
it's quick and it's done. But
Yeah.
we actually get to put something out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thanks to Darrell for getting us all amped up for the event, helping fill us in. So if you are out in the area, come on out, volunteer,
Yep.
come on out, be a spectator. You don't have to be playing the event to be part of the fun. And if you've never followed a card of disc golf players and followed like really, truly high elite players, it's something to be seen. When you see Thomas, well, first, when you hear Thomas release a disc,
Yes.
and then you see how far it goes, as you saw out in Smith Lake Farms,
Exactly.
it is a pretty amazing thing. So
Yeah.
come on out and
And
join us.
The good thing for the local people in that area is, they may go and watch events. They may go and participate in events.
Mhm.
They're going to see Thomas Gilbert. They're going to see Chris Oslands. They're going to see Thomas Holmes. They're going to see Nikko. But at an event this big, when you're getting people from the West coming out, they're going to see people that they don't normally see all the time, right?
Yeah.
So get out to the event, be a spectator, cheer on your favorite MPO, FPO, MA1, MA3,
MJ12. I know
FAE.
my favorite MJ12.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So also, speaking of my favorite MJ12, how about Nikko? Like having him back
Oh,
on the
man.
show?
How is he so wise?
And so well prepared. He's like, we have a script. I don't think he has that much of
No,
a script going on
exactly.
there, and he knows exactly what he's going to say. It's fantastic.
Although I think if you take a break and you go on another vacation, I might know who the next co-host might be.
Yeah, yeah. It'd be you're sure it won't be the host, and you can co-host to Nikko?
Yeah, maybe at some point.
There you go. All right. Well, that was a great show tonight. It's time for our shameless request for support. So thank you for listening to the podcast. If you like what you hear, do us a favor, show us some love in all, or at least one of the following ways. Subscribe on YouTube, follow us on Instagram and Facebook, drop some likes, add some comments, leave a review, tell your friends, family, and random strangers all about the Chain Out Podcast. We would appreciate it. And we do, as we like to tell everybody, we have a big prize pack coming that we're going to be giving away when we get to 500 subscribers. I think we were about 67 or so away at the start of the
Something like that.
podcast. And when we get to that point, we have a disc golf bag. We have 5 discs. We have a towel. We have a mini. We have stickers.
We have
Bunch
a
of other
koozie.
goodies.
We have tags. We have
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff in there, and as
Yeah.
we get going, so that's going to be a great giveaway. So help us get to that 500 mark, so we can give that away and move on to
Yeah.
the next one, right?
Yeah.
And then don't forget, we got sweet discount codes for you. You can use the code CHAINOUT in 3 different ways. Use it for BR Disc Golf for 10% off. Use it for Cardinal Disc Golf for 10% off. And use it for Chains the Disc Golf board game for 25% off. And then you can use COP15 over at Goat Towel, and you'll get 15% off your purchase there. Just ways that we want to try to thank you for supporting us. And yeah, that's what we got. And if you want to support us any further, you can go check out our Patreon. Multiple different levels you can join and support us there, from free to paid options as well.
I think we found a little bit of a niche for Doc. Doc is in the chat. He hasn't been able to drop the Smurgle.
He's liking that.
He's thinking of, he's down in the States, for people that don't know. He's thinking of coming to Oat Goat just to try and kidnap a goat to take it back, because he wants a lifelong Smurgle.
Well, you know what, Smurgle, we've had a number of different words on the podcast over the years.
Yeah, remember
We've had
secret words?
local dink and dunk. We've got
Yeah.
other secret words that have come up, horse
Yeah.
feeder, all of those, and Smurgle can be added to there.
Exactly. So did you mention about the fantasy flight?
That's all you right there.
That's me. So thank you to our Patreon subscribers and we members. We appreciate you. After this after the Chain Out podcast, we're going to be starting our Falcons Flight fantasy pick show about 15 minutes or less after we finish here. we've already had Matt Lysak on from Park Pro. This
Mhm.
week's guest will be Andre Lauder from Park Pro. He'll be joining us as part of the team guest.
Mhm.
Head over to Patreon, join at any level, including free. You'll get a link to join us. You'll be able to watch us live, help influence our picks.
Yes.
Yeah.
So thanks a lot, everybody, for joining us tonight. Darrell, do you want to send us off?
Well, you know what they say, Jeremy?
What do they say, Darrell?
They say you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Michael Scott, Wayne Gretzky.
But on the putting green, you can also miss 100% of the shots you do take.
Darrell.
They say pressure makes diamonds. But with the right press and molds, I'm sure you could make destroyers, hexes, or lunas. They say take it one round at a time, one hole at a time, and even one throw at a time. But when it comes to the chance to play disc golf, take it. Take it every time. Even when that perfect putt on that perfect line does the unthinkable and gives you a
Chain out.
Thanks, everybody.